if the White Sox lose the division, I'll be the biggest mouth in this town.
So many fake tough guys. I'm tough. Let me be a tough guy, knock out a couple guys in spring training. I got married. The world is upside down. The #1 bachelor in Chicago got married.
You know why the White Sox fans love me? Because I give my heart.
Oh, wow. That just got emotional.
Wow.
This could be the best episode of Being Guillén ever. Welcome back to Being Guillén, Ozzie Jr, the legend, Ozzie Guillén, and the mini legend, Oney Guillén. We're going to get right to it.
New nickname.
The special report from the new NFL analyst, Mr. Ozzie Guillén. Tell us about what you thought about the Bears game over the week.
Is they playing? Yeah. You know, I know they're playing because the group who work with me in the day game, they got to stay all the way to 11 o'clock at night to do the post-game show.
West Coast
So what do you think about the game? What was your one take about the game? 34-14. Bears lose.
You embarrassing me in front of the
I'm
people?
just saying, though. This is your segment.
I watched that game.
You
I
didn't
don't
watch.
I don't. It's too hard for me because first of all, I don't understand the game, and everybody wear a helmet.
So we're definitely going to be back next week with Ozzie giving you another analysis on the Bears. So he's going to have to watch next week. Again, every week we do Friends of the Family, and we've been focusing on Chicago. But this week we got a special one. It was induction week in the Baseball Hall of Fame, and obviously someone that we've been very lucky to be around in our lives because of being Ozzie Guillén's kids and being in the game of baseball is Derek Jeter Mania. Again, Mr. Number 2, the captain. Pay my respects.
Yes, he did.
Mr. Hall of Fame, now it's official, okay? And my favorite part of Derek in his speech, by the way, was the fact that he said, congratulations for all the writers that voted for me, except that one guy that didn't vote, which I loved it. And the fact that Derek had so many people that are never at any other events showed me that Derek's that special to the people that do love Derek Jeter.
Like the GOAT.
The GOAT, I mean, Michael Jordan.
That's the point. If you have literally Michael Jordan, I think he had him like the second row. You're like, you're not even in the first.
I was happy. By the way, this is how happy I was at. I was happy that I knew Andrew.
Yeah.
I was texting Andrew saying, you're 2 rows behind Michael. That's awesome.
So you know what? To be honest, I mean, Derek Jeter, we don't even need to talk about his baseball acumen and his curriculum because it's 5 rings, unbelievable, 3,000 hits, plays for the Yankees. His resume off the field, even more impressive. Dated everyone that we had in our posters.
I never was married.
Yes. For me, the coolest story I have with Derek Jeter was I remember we were out one night in Chicago and Ozzie and I were young bucks. And Jeter's at the table and it's literally like a glow. It's like how people talk about how when you see Prince, Derek has that too. We see Derek, he turns around and he goes, oh boy, here comes trouble. My guys, Ozzie and Oney. The fact that he knew our names, I didn't have to drink that night. I was high off life. I was like, Derek Jeter knows our names. We're in the club with him. I believe the club was Y Bar. And he said hi to us. We hung out all night. Just great dude to be around. And it's like everyone's just like in awe of him. But the fact that he's even a nicer person, he's the kind of guy that I remember my mom said this, like he'd meet my mom for the first time and then 3 years later, he would say, hi, Ebis, how are you? Like he's the kind of guy that remembers people's names. Just awesome. So congrats to the captain. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's just great.
Well, it's a Jeter thing. You are right about that. We're in Panama, same situation, and he meet a couple of friends of mine. And by the name, what's your name again? So-and-so, what's your name again? Next day, by the way, I don't say the lady's name because I don't remember, and I know her for 10 years, and I still don't remember right now what's your name. Next day, Derek Jeter, we party all night. Derek Jeter, when the next day we went for the bus to go to the ball game, and Derek Jeter named her by her name. Hello, so-and-so. And I like, look, I got goosebumps. I go, oh my God, I know her. I still know her. I make deals with her. All my house deal with her. And this guy remember her name. God bless you. By the way, I managed in the 2006 All-Star game. And I'm watching, big time people. I'm watching their Jeter come out and say, congratulations because you win the World Series. I say, congratulations, you don't belong here again. Get somebody else a check. So this guy, I check him head to toes. Everywhere. I hang around with men all my life. So I'm 60 years old in the clubhouse. This guy have an ingrowing toenail.
He's a special specimen.
How you, like, what? There got to be something wrong about this kid. Wrong. Anything. Nope. I find anything. That's why I start calling him
Baseball God.
Baseball God.
He's a biracial angel.
Biracial angel. So, I love Derek because he's one of the most genuine players when you're around them. He really was that nice guy with the teammates, with guys around him. He didn't come off as fake, which is a lot of players do. You get to meet him and then you're like, this guy's, he's just being nice because he's just being nice. That's not Derek. I think my funniest story with Derek is a softball game, okay? and they're playing the Panamanian All-Star team. And this team of All-Stars got like Ozzie Guillén, Robinson Cano, Derek, Andrew Jones, CeCe Sabathia. And obviously everybody's like
Posada
drinking. Posada. Everyone's drinking in the Oney was playing second, by the way.
That's right.
With Derek. So everyone's drinking, hanging out. And, you know, the Panamanian All-Star team takes the lead. All of a sudden,
I want to say that.
by the way, all of a sudden, the captain, the switch goes off, and he goes, "Okay, guys, let's go get him. Drop some words that I'm not allowed to say on the air."
Let's kick their.
And he literally got pumped up, and he was like telling guys, "Move the runner over. We're down by 3." And we're like, "Why does Derek want to win this so bad?"
I asked him, like, "Are you kidding?"
And he said,
"I was the manager of the Yankee for a softball game."
But so he said, if this team beats us, they beat Derek Jeter and the Yankee All-Stars team and professional major leaguers. And they're going to be talking about it for the rest of their lives. And I'm not going down.
I was playing second. Derek Jeter was playing shortstop. Definitely a highlight. It didn't matter if it was a celebrity softball game. I still have that jersey, by the way. I still have that jersey.
The worst combination you have in second base with someone that say, "Oh, I remember playing Panama with
one time with Oney."
For the minute legends.
But I think that he's also a guy that he's going to be in the game of baseball for a long time. Another part that I was impressed was when I was in scout school, I saw Derek Jeter's tape of him taking ground balls. If you look at A-Rod, you look at everybody else, those guys, you can tell they're the first rounders. This guy put on his report,
unbelievable,
future All-Star franchise player, and that's what Derek Jeter was.
Unbelievable.
I don't care if you like him, if you're a Yankees hater. This guy would have been a Hall of Famer if he would have played for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Milwaukee Brewers, Baltimore, any team. He would have been a Hall of Famer. 3,000 hits. The guy led the league in hitting at 38, and a lot of people love him. Now as an owner, again, a franchise is not an easy one, and I think he's going to eventually make him a winner.
Quick one. The only picture my wife have with her with the player, any player, he got in my house, in my trophy room, he's her with Derek Jeter.
So a little man crush from Ebes.
Ebes has a little man crush on Derek, but again, Derek is so sweet. Derek is the guy that sees you,
he does have like green eyes.
He's a beautiful man. Again, even a better player. And again, I don't think that he was at the right place at the right time with the right team, but he was the captain. He was a leader. And I think that when you think about somebody that represents the game of baseball the right way in a very hard era, the guy was Derek Jeter. Again, captain. Congratulations and much respect. Coming up, we relive our trip to Cooperstown. Induction ceremony, you're looking around, you know, Mariano Rivera, Duran was there. We asked for a picture. So when Ozzie Guillén's like, "I need to get a picture with you." So when you're in induction and you're literally there, you're on the bus and you're looking around, it's like the who's who because everyone's coming out. Plus, Tom Seaver takes Ozzie under his wing.
All we needed.
Oh, let's go!
Oh my God, what more famous than anyone.
We're taking the W and bringing it home. Trust me.
Let's go meet the family.
I'm Julie Alexandria.
And I'm Jennifer Mercedes.
Between the two of us, we have over 2 decades of experience working in professional sports.
We're telling the stories of women who are at the top of their game in sports and business.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
General manager.
Welcome
to the locker room.
¿Por qué será que a las muchachas les encanta tanto? Uno le gusta largo, uno le gusta corto. Rápido, porque ya nos vamos.
¿Por qué será? ¿Por qué será? ¿Será que...
So the Guillén family has done a lot of trips. My favorite trip in our new segment, the Guillén Travel Agency. It is actually a trip that I took as a grown man with the legend Ozzie Guillén to a town called Cooperstown, New York, the Baseball Hall of Fame, to see our good friend Harold Baines get inducted. It was a beautiful, beautiful trip in a beautiful town, but I loved it because I got to see that my man Ozzie Guillén actually be impressed with so many legends. And actually the first time I had been in Cooperstown was when I went with this little 12-year-old to the Little League Legend Tournament. So I love that trip. Cooperstown, New York, during Hall of Fame weekend. It was such a special moment. of something that I'm always going to remember forever.
So what's the coolest part? The fact that you got to Cooperstown, or the fact that you won the golf tournament with Harold?
Wow, I won the golf tournament with Harold Baines.
Which is pretty cool, beating, Maddox, Smoltz, obviously the handicap. Tim Raines, they beat some good golfers.
So the best part of that is that I'm in a room with Johnny Bench, okay, Schorholzer, Ozzie Jr., Reggie Jackson, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, so Ivan comes, says hi to Johnny Bench. Then I'm the second guy says hi. Ivan Rodriguez, Pudge. So I'm like shocked. Then Ivan says, how's the leaderboard looking? And Johnny Bench says, Harold Baines and Ozzie Guillén. And they said, Ozzie that good of a golfer? And I said, no, his handicap, in my head, I'm like, his handicap's just...
My was 14 then.
So Mr. Schorholzer says, he's always been a winner.
How about that?
So
always
wow. His handicap...
As a people in Mexico, I went to Mexico 2 rings.
So question. You weren't hungover.
No, I'm hungover, yes.
So they won the tournament.
Very hungover.
They won the tournaments. Tom Glavine, Greg Maddox, everyone that had played with Ozzie said, Ozzie's a scumbag. He basically, that's a fake card. His handicap is not that bad.
You know what's funny?
But it was official, CDGA.
Play. You play with Harold Baines and you play around.
He's really good.
Second move. It was like a PGA style. They have people everywhere. Like, your boys here.
Yeah.
Your boys there.
It's very nervous.
We had to send the card.
Yeah, all of a sudden, then the last people they want to see, it was me. Everybody's Hall of Fame.
We want to see Rudy Johnson.
Hey, Ozzie Guillén, we don't bring you car here. You don't belong here. Anyway, I hit it, and all these people and behind me was Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
And everybody want to see Mariano. Every time I come in, Ozzie, come on. Oh, Harold Baines, hi. Oh, Ozzie, you're not supposed to be here. They booing me a couple times like, get out of here. You don't belong here. What the hell you doing here? Go back to Venezuela.
You said, I'm a guest.
You play with Baltimore.
My friend.
Some guys don't go, what you do here? You play with Baltimore.
My friend, you said, hey, my friend got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
But you know what? Who wins?
They won. If you're a baseball fan, and obviously if you're a fan of the show, you are, everyone should get out there at least once. Yes. I got the chance to go out there. Unbelievable trip. When you walk in, you get goosebumps. And I remember the only thing that I brought back with me was a Roberto Clemente jersey, which now they're talking about retiring 21 and it's being discussed. It's the only jersey that I still have, and I bought it when I was 12 years old. I remember I called my mom and asked my dad for some money. I was like, hey, I need money. I want to buy this jersey. But Cooperstown's obviously a really cool trip.
Well, when Bud Selig says, what's up, Ozzie? Oh, I don't have a lot of headaches now anymore with you. It was like funny. I was like, man, Bud Selig knows Ozzie, but obviously you know that. But it was a cool induction also. It was like 1980s players. So a lot of guys that played with Ozzie, they were so happy to see him. They were like, where have you been? How you been doing? I got to see Randy Johnson, was somebody that I was super scared of as a kid. Super nice guy as an adult.
Dennis Eckersley talked to you a lot.
Dennis Eckersley and I talked for a long, long time. But again, it was a great trip, and one that I got to share with Ozzie. And again, an induction ceremony, you're looking around, Mariano Rivera, so Duran was there. We asked for a picture. So when Ozzie's Guillén's like, I need to get a picture with you. So when you're in induction and you're literally there, you're on the bus and you're looking around, it's like the who's who, because everyone's coming out to see, those guys get inducted. And it's, when you see all the Hall of Famers in one place at one time,
that's
I actually
cool.
told Frank,
having fun
hanging out.
love it.
I told Frank, I said, man, you part of the Hall of Fame. Like, this is so cool. And it was so cool to see Harold there and us share that moment with Harold. I hope the next time I go is to actually go there with Mr. Andrew Jones. I actually told Andrew, though, I said, unless I get the same access as Harold in that pass.
I want the MJ access.
I want the MJ access.
No, you know what,
VIP.
No, we need Harold Baines' pass.
Yeah, Andrew, no pressure, Andrew Jones. When you get inducted as the greatest center fielder of all time,
don't bring all Curaçao. Curaçao don't like you.
Up next, Chris Bryant returns to Wrigley Field, and the guy has tears in his eyes, which I was extremely shocked. It was super cool to see Mr. Chris Bryant come back to Chicago after the trade, and obviously getting a standing ovation. He got emotional. But one time, many, many years ago, the return of Ozzie Guillén after 1997 happened. Ozzie, do you remember coming back to the plane in Chicago as an Oriole?
No, I remember being at home, and I was so excited to wear an Orioles hat. It didn't last long because he wasn't there for a long time. But I remember literally getting in the car with my mom and like, I'm gonna wear my Orioles hat. And I'm gonna wear an Orioles hoodie. So it was kind of awkward going into what is now called the cell with the Orioles and the security guards, and everyone's like, come on, man. And I said, hey, I'm part of a new team. Little did I know, in about a month later, I was going to be rocking a Braves hat. So that's baseball. So
you know one thing about it, when I got here, it was nice. People was nice. People working in the ballparks, nice with me, 1,000%. But I remember I played with the Orioles here, and we might try to make a trade. They tried to trade me to Seattle. Then there, all of a sudden, this, I cannot say this because this is a kid's thing. those piece of crap people. I was in Chicago. They should release me in Chicago. Okay? We're taking off. And I can, Midway Airport, I look like this. I can see you guys in the swimming pool. Oh, that's my kid. That's my house. Get up. They call me a first class. They release me.
Ray Miller.
So I should have a bomb in my
Ray
head.
Miller released you. Chris Bryant cried.
Over Indiana, you were
No,
Ray
before
Miller.
Indiana, I can still see you guys out there.
Guys,
They released me
whatever
like,
happened to etiquette? I'm
Yeah,
like, he was literally at home. He was mad because instead of telling him
I can stay here in Chicago.
say, hey, Ozzie, we're going to release you. They waited to take off,
Well,
and they
anyway.
released him in first class. There's a story there that says Ozzie wanted to start hitting everybody in first
No,
class,
I swear to
dropping
God, cursing
bags,
everybody out.
and Harold Baines said, calm down, relax.
And you will be in a better place.
And then guess
a week
what?
later, I was in Atlanta Braves going to the World Series.
100 wins.
But it's always fun to come to Chicago to the ballpark. You see a standing ovation now for anyone. You play for a month, they put a big tribute to you in the scoreboard. They only got 2 at bats.
Yeah, I love the fact that Chris Bryant was so authentic.
He was one of my best favorite. He was my favorite
authentic. Like he's walking to the plate, he's crying. He's like, man, I really wish it would have worked out here. That's the thing though. I said it before. When you win in Chicago, you get immortalized. Even if you do get 1 or 2 at bats, or if you get 1,000, they love you in Chicago forever. So congrats, Chris Bryant.
Well, with Chris Bryant though, he blames himself and like those teammates. They know that the Rizzo and him and Baines and those guys are not together. And Joe made comments in Anaheim because they didn't produce. They know that. Players know that. They would have won. They would have said we would have kept the band together for another 20 years. But again, the return of Ozzie was great, and hopefully he return again one day soon. Up next, you won't believe who Ozzie sat next to on every team's flight. A baseball legend who had a plan for Ozzie.
My first thing about Tom Seaver, we get in the airplane. Everybody sitting, party, drinking in the back. Tom Seaver wait for me, go, hey, papi, just sitting here. Oh, oof. I look around to everyone like, hey, looky, I'm sitting with Tom Seaver. I say, when you go to pee, you go back there. You don't have nothing to do with all those people right there. You have to do so with them when you're playing. In the airplane, you're not. You're not going to learn anything good about that way.
Believe it or not, I'm hungry.
That's the Dominican Fat Joe.
You know a good man when he does something for somebody that can't do nothing for him.
Gloria Estefan.
No, it's possible.
¿Por qué será que a las muchachas les encanta tanto? Uno le gusta largo, uno le gusta corto. Rápido, porque ya nos vamos.
¿Por qué será? ¿Por qué será? ¿Será que
Welcome back to Being Guillén. In our going segment, we got the Book of Ozzie, where Ozzie Guillén talks about his career and his stories. And this week we have a legend and someone that is very dear to our hearts. May he rest in peace. Tom Seaver. I never thought that those two names would ever be together. Ozzie Guillén and Tom Seaver. Oney, Ozzie, what does Tom Seaver mean to your career in the Book of Ozzie? Obviously, I think he has a lot to do with your growth as a player and as a person.
I was lucky, man. I was lucky to, those guys put me under the wind. That's what they say.
Yeah.
I got Harold Baines, Tom Seaver, Poch, all those guys. Tom Seaver is a guy you want me to be. I will make a book just about him in a minute myself, but this is a show. We got to be quick. My first thing about Tom Seaver, we get in the airplane. Everybody sitting, party, drinking in the back. Tom Seaver wait for me, go, hey, papi, just sitting here. Oh, oof. I look around to everyone like, hey, looky, I'm sitting with Tom Seaver. I say, when you go to pee, you go back there. You don't have nothing to do with all those people right there. You have to do so with them when you're playing. In the airplane, you're not. You're not going to learn anything good about that way. That's the first one. Second, when we get into a 3,000 game winning, everybody 300, pardon, I'm sorry. And I told him I'm going to get the game winning RBI in spring training. And I did. One day, I hit a line drive. This is how baseball it should be. No anymore like, bunch of divas. Line drive to right field. Dave Winfield make a diving play right field on me. And before they throw the ball back to the mound, now they throw to the stands. I like that one better. Throw to the stand. I grabbed the ball and bang it. I was upset because they win for me.
So you ran to the mound, grabbed the ball, and
they went and throw the ball.
Through
and I did my helmet, get it to Rima, and the boys were by me. I was just
and you grabbed the ball and threw the ball. That must have been a scene.
Wow. Seaver wait for me.
Social media wasn't around back then.
Tom Seaver wait for me after the inning's over, and he grabbed me. You can ask anybody, Tony La Russa, Hermes Knight is the one know better because he saw it. He grabbed me on my throat, picked me up, go from the dugout all the way to the training room. You guys been there.
It's a long way.
Old Yankee Stadium. It's like a half a mile. Pick me up. It's people walking through it, the vendors and stuff. Pick me up through the vendors, all the way to the clubhouse, all the way to the training room. Pull me in the couch and say, "Who you think you are?" I'm like, "What?
You're not better than the game."
I said, "What?"
Ozzie's looking for Ozzie's looking for his dictionary. He's like, "Hold on."
No, I said, I don't know what I was doing. You think you're better than the game? You better than that. You're gonna be a great player. You're gonna be a leader. You ever do that? I let you do this, and nobody. I mean, keep going, and still, it's like, okay.
You're like, Tom, let me go.
Okay. Then it's over.
Did you cry about
left.
it? Did you cry about it to the media the next day and say, he grabbed me?
Well, I left, play shortstop. I didn't have nothing. After the game, I need to talk to you. Come back, sit down, and ask Hermie what I did. He told Hermie what I did. I even know what I was doing. I was showing the game up that I was better than anybody. And I dropped, and he told Hermie, said, "You know why Tom Seaver do this? Because that." Okay, another one better than this. I'm coaching the Montreal Expos. Most of the coaches don't like me because I was young. I was the manager favorite, Jeff Torber. And you know me, little bit here and now, whatever I say, okay, everybody know baseball is here. Seaver, we play New York Mets, old stadium. Calm down. We just getting ready for take batting practice. Good morning, people. Good morning. I look at, my man, how you doing? Ozzie, nice to see you, man. It's great. How your family, how your kids, how your wife. He said, "Hey, guys, that's the first and last time I come all the way from the booth to come here to say hi to somebody." And that was you, Ozzie, because you deserve that. You're a great man. You're a great baseball man. And you're the only one. There's a lot of friends come here, a lot. But I never come down to say hi to anyone, and he did it to me.
I mean, and that's...
Oh my God, tell the coach to go, "Waya! See ya!"
I mean, and to think about it, that kind of impact that somebody had in your career from 1985, and you were coaching what, in like 2000, 2001? I mean, Tom Seaver, obviously, baseball acumen. My favorite Tom Seaver, it's not even a story, it's more of a picture. After Tom, because that game they played on MLB Network, the 300th game, after he comes off the mound, after the game, you were there and you guys are hugging. It's like they're embracing, like, "Hey, we did it." And my dad's got a face like, I told you so. I told you I was going to get the game-winning hit. So that game will live on in baseball history forever, but it's great to have those memories and the fact that you lived them personally. It's always great to go back to the 80s and see what baseball should be like now. Granted, it's a little soft now, but
spring training, Mr. Seaver is Tom Seaver, Mr. Tom Seaver.
He was stone cold before stone cold.
I think my hat off. I had like 6, 7, 8 hat, and his hat is like little bitty like this. We have a picture of Venezuela, and I put his hat, I put it myself, and the hat's like all the way here. And Tom Seaver, they take a picture. So they go, "Why you calling me big old head?"
I mean, and the other thing is that team was, now that you go back, that team had a lot of Hall of Famers around it.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with
nowadays, the kids don't want to listen to the veteran.
No, it's Pudge, Harold, Tom, Tony La Russa. So it's literally like if you were going to dissect your upbringing in baseball,
it's a pretty good upbringing.
You were
Steve Carlton.
You were literally around Hall of Fame managers, coaches, players, and that maybe had to do with your success later on as a manager. Yeah. So if you look at it like that.
My favorite Tom Seaver one is I had to ask Tom when we were in New York a question that I always wanted to know the answer to, because obviously I was going to get Ozzie's side. But in the game, the 300th win, again, I'm rewatching the game, and I see like there's a moment in the inning, Ozzie runs up to Tom and starts talking to him. This guy's a Hall of Famer, 300th win, he's in New York. Pudge is behind the plate.
What's Ozzie saying?
What's Ozzie Guillén? I'm like, what is my dad saying to these guys? Rookie, and you speak no English. So I'm like, I was just intrigued. So I asked Ty, I said, hey, do you remember what Ozzie said? He said, he hit it to me. He said, I'll get the out. And I was like, what did you feel about it? He says, no, that showed that Ozzie was a leader. Even then,
I mean,
at that age. And he said, I thought it was funny that this guy thinks it's okay to come up to the mound.
How confident do you have to be in Yankee Stadium to say, hit the ball to me. If they hit it to me, this game's over.
Well, a funny thing I told Tosi one day, I come always to say, how you fastball? Because I'm going to move, because I know his fastball is going to be there, here, there. I know where I can place it to say, hey, papi, when I say, hey, papi, 27 ground ball to shortstop, perfect game for you tonight. And he looking at me like,
you're that good.
You got it, buddy. Yeah, look, I got goosebumps. I'm not lying. He go, 27 ground balls to shortstop. You have a perfect game.
I guess
already I see players now playing the outfield 30,000 games. Then look at the stupid paper go, oh, you that dumb? You that dumb? You don't know where you're going to play the game when you're facing 30 times? Look at me. Coaches, earn you money. Oh, okay, move out, move down. Overrated. I know I'm not going to manage anymore. Overrated.
So, closing out the segment, I got one more thing and one more question to ask Ozzie before we see you guys next week. Bears or Bengals?
Bengals.
What is that? You got the Bears. Bengals. Next game, Bears or Bengals is going to win it.
You know what? I had to say Bears because I'm from Chicago.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
The Bears will win.
The Bears will win by Ozzie.
I'm from here. I'm from Chicago.
See you guys next week.
I cannot root against my people. You crazy?